just in case. And here we go. And let's see how many people we got on video. 1, 2. Well, okay, let me wait till people turn them on. I don't know why I have to remind you to turn it on. But anyway, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, we're good. Thank you. Thank you all for turning on your videos and making sure they're working and nobody's giving me ceiling shots. So thank you. I've got a couple of foreheads, but I don't have ceiling shots. Gotta love those foreheads. I don't understand y'all. I mean, not just y'all in this class. I got one class. The whole class is like foreheads. And I'm like, really? You got that low self-esteem that you can't show your face? I mean, whatever. All right, I'm gonna shut up. Let's go to the Blackboard. Well, first of all, let's see how many of y'all have actually followed directions. Let's see what happens here. And you probably, some of you probably, let's see, y'all are Math 109. And grade book. So out of 23 students, well, that's not right. Out of 23 students, wow, I've got 24 people. How can I have 24 people and only got 23 students? Somebody done put themselves in twice, I believe. All right, I'll have to check that out later, but I don't have to go through. I'm very, very impressed that it didn't take a week and a half for some of y'all. Very impressed. So I don't have to go through the registration process again because I got 23 of y'all, so that means that y'all are registered. Did I send y'all the Pearson website? Yes or no? Just somebody nod. Did I send y'all the Pearson website? Okay, I see 1 or 2. Okay. Y'all don't get too emotional, okay? Y'all don't get too excited. Dang on. All right, so that's done. So I just need to show y'all a little bit of, and I'm just going to go through this with anybody that missed the other day. We have the assignments, and that's how you go through, and that's your homework, your 2 quizzes. That needs to be assigned. I don't know why that's not assigned. So let me go in and assign that. The quizzes should be assigned. And you can do that. The quizzes are to do before or after. I can't check quiz. Okay, skills check quiz. That's you can do it before. So let me go in and fix that. Assignment manager. Or you can do it afterwards. I really don't care. Well, it should be assigned, but it says it's assigned. Huh. Oh, you do it after you finish all your homework. That's it. I'm sorry. That's why it's, okay, I'll shut up. Let me see if I got a test in there. Did I show y'all the test? Yes or no? I didn't show you the test? Let me see if I can show you a test right quick. Let's see, test. Let me see if I can pull one up right quick. I might as well go ahead and take all those over. And change dates. Unassigned. unassigned, 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 unassigned. Give me a second. All right, now, I'm going to go through and show you what one of my tests looks like. Now, I'm doing this for several reasons, okay? I'm going to show you, there's math, and then I got some bonus questions on here. And you see that it follows the homework, pretty much the homework questions. So if you do the homework, you should be able to do the test. And there it is. There's a homework. There's a test question, solving systems of equations. There's a bonus question. When does the homework terminate? The homework terminates toward the end of the unit. Now, I'm doing this for a reason, okay? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm doing it for a reason. Solve the systems of equations. There's another math. There's another math. If a student does not complete a homework assignment or a test, what grade will be recorded for that assignment? 0. Do you know where some of these questions come from? Can anybody tell me where some of these questions come from?
You.
Syllabus.
Some of them come from the syllabus, some of it comes from me, but there's one other place they're coming from. Anybody want to take a guess?
Students.
DA students at the end of the semester, after grade turn-in, trying to find a crack to wiggle through, try to find some kind of something so they can try to retake something they didn't take. So some of these questions come from students that bring helicopter mom and helicopter dad, or bulldozer mom or bulldozer dad, and meet with the department head and look like a fool because they didn't tell their mom and dad that they had 4 questions on the test, because each of these are on your unit test. They had 4 questions that said you get a freaking 0 when you don't turn in a homework assignment or a test. And mom and dad go, oh. Not to mention the recordings that I told you that, not to mention they're on the recordings. You don't mention that to your mom and dad.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
When will our homework be due? Because there's no due dates on it. I know that you say that's for procrastinators, but
Yep.
Is there any way that I can find that out?
Nope.
Heard that.
Okay. Does Hubert replace your lowest test grades with your final grade? We talked about that the first day of class, Mr. Turner. Were you here on the first day of class?
I was. It's just really confusing because there's 6 assignments. I don't know if they're all going to be due tomorrow or 10 days from now.
When do you do the homework?
At the start of the week, right after class.
After I go over the material.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go over the review section or I go over 1.1, when are you supposed to work on that homework?
Okay, I see what you're saying now. Okay.
There you go. I thought I went over that, and if I didn't, I apologize, Mr. Turner. I thought I did.
You're all good.
That's all right. All right, next. If you miss a question on a test and you believe it is correct, what should you do? You should send Hubert several emails with the last one saying, hello. That's the one I love. Nope. Can anybody think about, by what I do and what I say, what do you think the answer is?
I have a question.
Yes.
If we are also on Blackboard right now, on another tab off of Teams, can you still see us? Is our picture still on there?
Okay, I'm not on Blackboard. What are you talking about?
No, Blackboard to get to the My Lab thing. like what we're looking at. Can you still see us if we're off of the video thing?
Okay, I'm a little bit confused on what you're asking, Ms. Wilson. I'm not trying to be difficult.
No, I feel like I'm not making sense. So you know how like we're on Teams right now? We're on video Teams.
Yeah.
So like I'm also on Google Chrome, and I'm like clicking on that side. Can you still see my picture when I'm on Chrome? So I'm saying, like, I'm on Chrome right now. Can you still see me?
Okay, let me look and see if I can see Ms. Wilson. Yes, I see you.
Okay, thank you.
Looks like you're in a window. Yeah, you're fine. You're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to figure out what you're doing, but just, it's working. So good, more power to you. All right. If you miss a question on a test, anybody? B, you ask Hubert to meet with him after class. Simple as that. You don't send me 15 voicemails. You don't send me 15. I mean, it's pretty simple. You just ask to see me after class. Next. Math question. If you take several forms of a test in Hubert's class, how is it counted? He takes the highest grades and drops the lowest. Math question. Math question. Math question. What should a student do if something happens and they are out of class for a while? I had to go on a trip. I had to go on a cruise. My mom and dad had to take me, and I missed the third test. And you're telling me after grade turn in, why didn't you tell me before you went on your trip? Communicate with your instructor just like you would your employer. How many of you have a job? Would you go on a trip and not tell your employer? Duh. He was a deadhead anyway. And of course, I showed his parents this question that he got 4 times, 4-unit test, this question, and mom and dad went, "Oh, I'm sorry." Dumbass. Although covered in the handouts in the first day of class by Hubert, what is the best way to communicate with Hubert? Well, it used to be my cell phone because everything went to my cell phone, and it still does, but now it's Teams. So you can put cell phone. I got to change that one day. One of these days I'm going to change it. Math question. Math question. If you look at your overall grade one day and it has decreased from several days ago, what has happened? Hubert has conspired against you because he does not like you. Math question. Math question. Math question. Why does Hubert not entertain extra points, extra grades, or whatever at the end of the semester? I will get at least 5 emails from y'all, from students, at the end of the semester going, I got an 89.2 and I really need an A out of this class because my grandmother's going to die if I don't have an A out of this class. Do I reply? Hell to the no. Because I've already told you. You've got 3 attempts on each test. You have 30 points worth of bonus questions that pretty much anybody sentient can get them correct, even if they don't even know me. Okay? I'm not going to give you points at the end of the semester because I am mean. Math question. Math question. Math question. Math question. If you put the Army, I will automatically fail you for the whole semester. In your grade book, to find your final grade after you have completed all your assignments, which should you choose? The overall grade. That's from the deadhead that didn't know, that told my department head that I would not give him his grade. Because he kept emailing me and asking me, what's my grade in math, blah, 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 and I never would reply. Because I went through the spiel of grade book, this is how you find your grade. And about 3 weeks into the semester, he asked what his grade was. And about 6 weeks into the semester, he asked what his grade was. And then about 9 weeks into the semester, he asked what his grade was, and I didn't reply. So he went to the department head, we had a meeting, and I told him, I said, this isn't your grade book. I told you the first week of class. Math. This is the #1 most missed bonus question in my bonus questions. I want somebody to tell me how in the world you could get this one wrong. Why would you not choose 30, 30, 30? Somebody spit it out. You know the answer.
It doesn't add up to 100.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. These people actually are procreating and have driver's licenses that miss this question. Too much Tide Pods. Oh, and now your generation has come up with a new challenge. To make milk crates, stack milk crates up 15, 20 feet in the air and fall and bust your ass. You know what? I'm not, hopefully y'all are not part of that generation, but I'm gonna start calling it not the Tide Pod generation, but the dumbass generation. There's Generation X, Generation Y, now there's Generation DA. Math question. Math, okay. If you have incomplete assignments and Hubert puts a 0 in for the grade, what will that 0 do to your grade? Y'all notice there is repetition in these bonus questions. I had to put repetition in these bonus questions. I had to. Math question. This is the second most missed bonus question. The second most missed bonus question. I don't know how you can get these two bonus questions wrong. The first one is that it adds up to 100. And I don't know how you get this test question wrong. Now, let's say that you're a non-sentient, tide-eating, milk crate climbing dumbass. You could still possibly make a what on this test? You could make a 40. Do I have people making less than 40s in my classes? Yep. I don't know how, but they do. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because I do pull some questions from the handouts, the syllabus, or the syllabus handout, or the syllabus outline, or whatever, and I put them on the test. Is this to help you or to hurt you?
Help.
Thank you. I do appreciate the communication from some of y'all. The rest of y'all suck. Appreciate it. And Mr. Willie, are you still getting kicked off? Mr. Willie, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, are you still getting kicked off?
No, I'm good now.
Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Turner asked a question a while ago, and I was very abrupt. Okay, I'm going to go over it again. Let's look at your outline. Because this fits in with what I've been talking about, okay? Let me go to the outline for y'all. I'm pulling it up off your files page on another screen, so I need you to pull up your outline. Everybody should have it in their notebooks, and there's only 5 of y'all that printed it out. But anyway, outline and schedule, or whatever, it's schedule, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. And here is the schedule. Mr. Turner, I'm going into your question right now. Because I like you, Mr. Turner. You communicate. All right. There's the outline. Now, supposedly, we are already in 26th. I told you the first day of class not to go by these dates. This is a teacher that does not go over classroom logistics, does not go over my lab's math. He goes over math the first day, and I'm not that person, so we might get into math today, but not the first couple of days. So, Mr. Turner, if I cover this section R1, if I cover R1 today, then at the end of the class I will say, okay, I just finished R1, so you are responsible for that homework. And by Tuesday of next week, you should have R1 done, and you should have questions sent to me from R1.
Oh, that's pretty simple. Okay.
Now, that's the way it's supposed to work, but I told y'all Tuesday that since we were in the review section, I want y'all working on the review homework all weekend this weekend and send me questions. I want you to do as many homework questions as you can by Tuesday. And those people that want to impress me, go ahead and do all of them, okay? It doesn't impress me. It just tells me that you're in the class that you're supposed to be in, okay? Because the review, everybody should be able to do some problems in the review. Capiche? Okay. Now, at the end, R7, when we get to R7, or I'm covering questions from R7, then that means we're going to have a test. We're going to have a test probably the next class. You will be on R7, and I will put the dates for the homework and the test up. You will not have but a day or two to do the homework. Why? Because we have been doing this together, and we are on R7 together, unless you're procrastinating. And if you procrastinate, then you're just ignoring everything I do. Okay? So that's how it's supposed to work, Mr. Turner. It will be a little bit more definitive when we get to this section, because I don't expect that you know any of this material. This, y'all all should know about. So that's why I'm trying to meet y'all halfway to save a little bit of time. Y'all do the homework and send me questions. That will save us a lot of time in going through all of these sections. And I did add some sections. I added R1, R3, R6. I added those sections because I want y'all to be mad at me. All right, so let's look at the first question. Now, before I go over the first question that's sent to me, does anybody have any questions about my lab's math or about any classroom logistics before we move on? Anything? Okay, I believe I had one.
I'm sorry, I have
Yes.
a question.
What's your
So
question?
for tests, will they be in like the assignments on my maths lab?
Yes, they will be on your assignments. And they will pop up when I tell them to pop up.
Okay.
So if we're at R7, and you will, and I will go over the pretest in class. Does everybody understand that? When I go over the pretest in class, that's when you're going to see the dates for the homework and the test. When will I go over the pretest? After I finish R7 material. Y'all see how it goes? So you got to have the outline with you when you come to class so you can see where we are. If you try to do this class without the outline, you're going to be very confused. That's what I told you first day of class. But anyway, I thought I saw a question in this class. I guess I didn't. I thought I saw a question, but I guess I didn't. Let me see where y'all are in your homework. Let's see, instructor assignments. Let me do by chapter. Let's go with homework and R. Can I do the R chapter? I don't think I can. Nope, I cannot. Hold on just a second. All right. The R chapter, which is chapter 1 skills review, or this is the 109, right? Yeah. R1, R2, R3, and all that. That's the skills review. Okay, something's not lining up. Section 1.1. Okay, hold on a second. Let me check something right quick. Course home. Instructor assignment. Homework. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm a little bit confused about something. Fall 21. Why is the outline showing R1 and R2? Oh, I know why. I got the wrong freaking outline pulled up. Sorry about that, y'all. I suck. 109 syllabus. Okay, there we go. All right, 1.1. Yeah, 1.1, 1.2, there we go. Okay, so we're going to start 1.1, functions and models. We're going to do all that today. Your 1.1 through 1.4, I was looking at the wrong outline. 1.1 through 1.4, which y'all see on the screen now. Right here, I guess y'all thought I was crazy talking about R1 and R2. That's 1.1 through 1.4 is review. So Mr. Turner, y'all should be working on 1.1 through 1.4, but I'm going to start with 1.1 today. Okay? And
So
whatever.
that
Go
means
ahead.
at the end of this class, 1.1 would be the homework for due on Tuesday.
Yes, that you need to make sure you have done. If I get through 1.1, I should get through 1.1 because I've got like an hour to go, so or 45 minutes. So I think we should be able to get through that. I do want some of y'all have been working on 1.2, 1.3. That is fine because this is like a review section. That's what I was saying, except I was saying R1 and R2. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong outline. This is y'all's outline right here. I was pulled up the wrong one. There's your outline, and I'll blow it up for those that might have missed the first day. This right here is kind of a review, 1.1 through 1.4. So I'm going to start on 1.1 today. If nobody has any questions, I think I've covered pretty much everything I need to cover.
So if we printed the outline that had like the R point, R whatever.
Yeah,
that's
throw
the
that one
one.
away. I don't know how that got in there. Look at the top. It should say trig. I don't know how the trig got in there. I'm gonna have to delete that. So just tear that one up. This right here, make sure it says 109 at the top. This is your outline. And I apologize for that error. I'm glad I found out now. I'm gonna go in there right quick and I'm gonna fix this right now. This right here, this one, I'm gonna delete it.
I've been having problems with like all my accounts and everything, and for my Pearson, it got messed up. I don't know the course ID, and that's what I need to.
No, you've done something wrong in the process, so you don't need a course ID.
I went to
Done something wrong in the process. You need to be going through Blackboard. Are you going through Blackboard? Hello? Are you going through Blackboard?
No, I was not.
That's why I was asking for a course ID. You've got to go through Blackboard and do the initial registration through Blackboard. And then after Blackboard, you can go in the Pearson website. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So this is your, I deleted the other one, Miss Lark. I think you asked that question. I deleted the other one. This is the correct one, okay? I apologize. I suck. All right. So I'm going to move that back over. And 1.1. Let's go to 1.1 and see what 1.1 is talking about. E-text 1.1. And let's see what it's talking about. Probably functions. Yep. Functions. Let's see right quick. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And I'm going to just go through and look right quick. Okay. So let me turn on my handy dandy whiteboard and let's get started. Everybody should be able to see my whiteboard, and hopefully you can see the whiteboard, and we will get started. Now, when you're talking about functions, you have been doing functions. Tell me y'all can see me writing the word function, please. Can y'all see that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You have been doing functions since pre-algebra, all right? Except you wrote it a different way. Functions, you add them, you subtract them, you multiply them, and you divide them. In pre-algebra, you did it like this. And you got x plus x is 2x. 2 minus 3 is -1. You subtracted them. X minus x is 0. And 2 minus a -3 is 2 plus 3, which is 5. You multiplied them. X times x is x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 6. And x squared minus x minus 6. And you divided them, in which in this case, you can't do anything but put x plus 2 over x minus 3. There's really nothing you can do there. That's all you can do. So in pre-algebra, you actually did this stuff. You actually went through and did that. Does anybody have any questions there? Okay, the only difference now is you're going to write them differently. F of x is equal to x plus 2, and g of x is equal to x minus 3. And I want you to give me f plus g of x, f minus g of x, f times g of x, and f divided by g of x. Do you do anything different than you did in pre-algebra? Yes or no? No, you don't do anything different. You do the same thing that you did back in pre-algebra, except you just write it funny. So x plus x is 2x. Plus 2 minus 3 is negative 1. X minus x is 0. And 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Well, 2 minus a negative 3 is 5. X squared minus 3x plus 2x is negative x minus 6. And x plus 2 over x minus 3. You would be surprised on how many people go from algebra 1 or pre-algebra to algebra 1 or pre-algebra to algebra 1 to algebra 2, and they throw these functions up and people get confused. It's nothing but a fancy way of writing what you did back in pre-algebra. That's all it is. Question, gripe, complaint. Now, with the functions, you've got other things you can do with functions. Let's say you've got an ice machine. Okay, there's an ice machine. And it makes ice. Water comes in. And you get ice out. Everybody in here is familiar with an ice machine, correct? So you know that the water comes into the ice machine and the ice comes out of the ice machine, correct? But what would happen if you put a big funnel you cut the line and you put a big funnel here and you poured in 5 gallons of cherry Kool-Aid? What if you poured in 5 gallons of cherry Kool-Aid?
You'd get
Somebody tell me what you would get out.
cherry Kool-Aid ice.
You'd get a big bucket, a 5-gallon bucket of cherry ice. And how much would it be? It would be 5 gallons. So whatever I put into the ice machine, I'm going to what? Whatever I put into the ice machine, I'm going to get what? I'm going to get something out, right? So somebody tell me what the cherry Kool-Aid is. That's your what?
The equation.
That's your input. And your ice is your what?
Output.
Somebody give me another word for input. In mathematics, give me another word for input.
Domain.
Domain. Somebody give me another word for input besides domain and input. It's a letter.
X.
X. Somebody give me another name for output.
Y.
Y. And I heard it.
Range.
Range. So what depends on what? Look at that scenario and tell me what depends on what?
Y depends on X.
Ice depends on water, doesn't it? If you don't put the cherry Kool-Aid in the ice machine, you don't get the ice. So which one is dependent?
Y.
Dependent. Y is dependent on what?
Water.
On X. And what's that guy? What's the ice machine? The ice machine is your function. So if I put in 15 gallons of cherry Kool-Aid, I'm going to get 15 gallons of ice. If I put in 20 gallons of Kool-Aid, am I going to get 25 gallons of ice?
No.
If I put in 4 gallons of Kool-Aid, am I going to get 12 gallons of ice? No. So whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get out, depending on the function. Now, I guarantee you, you've never been taught functions with an ice machine before. But I guarantee you, it makes sense. All right? So let's talk about domain and range. Let's move on to a X and Y coordinate plane. Give me a second. I've got to do this the correct way so I don't. I'm going to do this. So I want you to draw a X and Y axis. And I'm going to write a formula on the board, or an equation, which is a function. Let me do it in black. F of X is equal to x squared, and you're only able to go from -3 to 3 as far as the domain. I want you to graph this function on your homework, on your sheet, and I want you to tell me the domain and range. You already given the domain. I want you to tell me the range of this function. And if you can't do it, then that means you're a failure. And you probably should quit school and maybe live in a ditch. No, I'm just kidding. Don't smile. I don't want to see anybody, break that weaned on a pickle creed. Don't smile. I know it's just awful having to smile, isn't it? That's another characteristic of the Tide Pod generation. Not smiling. Just sit there, not communicate. Reminds me of the girl you take on a date. You take her to a nice restaurant and she orders a water and a carrot stick. Guys, don't that piss you off? Oh yes, I want a salad and a water, please. Let's just get this over with. I didn't get a single comment out of nobody on that. Really? Good gosh. I must have a whole. Mr. Cavan, are you still there? Mr. Cavan, are you still there? Why does he have his video pointing up toward the sky and I don't see anybody? Okay, I'll give him a couple of minutes. He might have gone to the restroom. I'll give him a couple of minutes. If he don't return, I'm gonna kick him out. Hopefully he'll return. He probably went to the restroom. Miss Hooper, how are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Do you know that I also have another Brody, the sister to our Brody in another class? Where's Miss Brody?
Hey.
There she is.
Going in and out. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, I've got Brody and Hooper and Brody. Let me ask you, Hooper and Brody, have y'all ever watched Jaws?
I have not. I have, yeah.
Classic movie. Nobody watched it.
A long time ago.
It's your parents' fault. It's your parents. I make my kids watch good movies. I make my kids watch them. I don't really have to. They watch them. I wanted my kids not to be Marvel comic one-dimensional. I did not want my kids to be that way. So they have to watch movies with me. They have to watch all the Rocky movies. They have to watch, Animal House, all the Jaws movies, except for the third and the fourth one. Those were stupid. There's Mr. Cavan. He made it back. He went and get some food. I missed you, Mr. Cavan. I thought you ducked out on me. I was going to have to kick you out.
My bad. I'm sorry. That took way longer than expected.
That's all right.
I hope I didn't miss anything important.
We just talked about you while you wasn't here. All right. So here, x, y, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And that's going to give us 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. So 0, 0, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 2 and 4, 2 and 4, 3 and 9, 3 and 9. And I draw me a handy dandy parabola. or as I called it when I was in Math 110, that's that parabola. And Dr. Gobati looked at me and says, I do not understand what you are saying. And I went, that there's a parabola. And I was calling it a parabola, and it was actually parabola. Okay, so please don't call it a parabola. We won't even go into that, but it was a bad time. You know, I was coming from the farm and getting in a college academic, you know, so it was pretty bad. Parabola. Maybe somebody out there can relate and call it a parabola, but I called it a parabola, and Dr. Gobati, I do not understand what you are saying. Okay, parabola. Oh my gosh, I actually see some more smiles. Hurry up, get rid of them, get rid of them, get rid of them quick. Can't smile in this class. Got to have that serious look. Right? Right. All right, so where is the domain? Here we go. We're going to color our domain. We're going to use a highlighter for our domain. There's our domain. It's given. And it goes from -3 to +3. And our range, somebody tell me what my range is. From 0 to what?
0 to 9.
0 to 9. So how do you write your range? Same way you write your domain. Interval notation. 0 to 9. And I bet you $1 to a donut hole, there's somebody out there that never understood domain and range, but now they do. Because is how it's presented. Domain and range is your input and your output. Your 5 gallons of Kool-Aid, your 5 gallons of ice. You can't put in 5 gallons of Kool-Aid and get 12 gallons of ice. According to the function is x squared. This is your domain, and this is your range. Capiche? Okay, what are you eating, Mr. Cavan? Everybody wants to know what you're eating.
Sausage, egg, and cheese.
Okay. All right, I'm glad everybody knows what he's eating now. Anybody else want to share? Oh, we got a ceiling fan. Aunt Lee, pull down your video, please. it says Corey, so it's a he. So, Mr. Aunt Lee, I hate ceiling fans. I hate ceiling fans with a passion. Okay, I'm going to give him 5 minutes, and I'm going to kick him out if he don't return. That's what I said about you, Mr. Cavan. So, all right, any questions on domain and range? All right, so let's look at a couple of homework problems with 1.1. I don't know what they look like, but we'll find out. So let's go over to the handy dandy homework and pull up 1.1.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, can you press close? Because I'm looking at you so I can show you from there.
Can you do what now?
I said, can you press close on your screen so I can, like, point out what I was going to say?
Did somebody understand what she said? I can't understand her. Don't, I'm not trying to be difficult.
I think she wants to see your notes so she can ask the question about the problem. I think.
She wants
No,
to
no,
see the
no, no,
notes
not the
again?
notes. No, not the notes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I feel like I'm screaming. Can you press close on that so I can
Can I press what?
close the button, close? Yes. Okay, so when I was doing the skill review homework, I was like typing in the right answers, and it was like saying that it was wrong because I waited because I typed it in, and then it just kept saying that it was wrong. And then when I got the check answer, it was the exact same answer that I had in the box.
Okay, I got it, Miss Wilson. All right, put that mask on before somebody tackles you. These Kool-Aid people, that you got, you know. Miss Wilson, can you send me those questions right quick? Can you get to them in your homework and send them to me to ask my instructor?
I will do that, yes.
Okay, do that right now, and I will go over them. Meanwhile, I'm going to check 1.1 homework. And I'm just going to hit number 1, 2, and let's see what they ask and see if I covered everything. All right, it says the given table gives y as a function of x, okay? And these are your, that's all that says. Use the table given to the right to find y is equal to f of -5. Well, f of -5 is going to be 6. You plug in -5, you get what? 6. What is f of 25? You plug in 25, you get what? 10. Now, you may think this is an easy question. Why do people not do this question, or why do they skip over it? I want to go back. Why do people skip over this question? Because the damn thing is confusing from the get-go. That's why. All right? Why do you say that, Hubert? Well, let me show you this. -9, -5, -7, 6, 13, 20, 25. 5, 6, 7, 3, 8, 8, 10. When I plug in x is equal to -5, what do I get? Six. What I get when I plug in 25?
10.
Okay. Do you see why students skip this? They skip it because they don't. All they got to do is turn this around to what they did back in pre-algebra. And I guarantee you, somebody sitting out there right now skipped this problem homework-wise because you didn't know what it was asking. Next, I'll look at yours in just a minute, okay? Let me hit the mouse. There we go. Now they're turning it the way, you know. Does the table describe x as a function of y? Well, -3 to 3, -2 to 8, -1 to 11, 0 to 12, 1 to 12. I don't think so, because that would, I don't think you've got more than one y value. It's either that one or the next one. Let's say no more than one y beside the x-put value x is equal to 12, or y is equal to 12. You're not supposed to have 2, okay? Here we go. Now, what's the domain of this function, somebody? Let me blow it up for you. Well, I can't. Can I blow it up? No, I can't blow it up. Can somebody tell me what this function is? I'm trying to blow it up, but it's not letting me.
Would it be -21 and 20?
I think those are increments of 5, but I understand what you're saying. -25, to 20, that's your domain. And what's your range?
-30 and 5.
Good job. That right there is a test question. I love giving these on a test because it's important that you be able to see the domain and range with your eyeballs. Okay? Now, interval notation. That means brackets. These are solid. These are solid dots, so I get brackets. So my domain is bracket -25, comma, 20, close bracket. And I feel good about myself. Range, bracket, -30, comma, bracket, -30, comma, 5. And I feel good about myself. Oh, shoot. I don't know why I did that. I suck. Okay. There. And I feel good about myself, so I don't have to put smokestacks on my pickup truck. Is this a function? The vertical line test. Vertical line test. What is that, Hubert? Well, you draw a vertical line through the function. Well, draw a line if you could draw it. Okay, I suck. Line, black, thin. Why isn't it doing it? Oh, I know why. I'm not hitting the right button. There we go. Does it cross the vertical line more than once? Uh-oh, y'all not moving. That's not good. Y'all are not moving.
It does.
Okay, thank you, but y'all are not moving. Hopefully y'all can hear me, but y'all are not moving. There's not any way that 23 people are going to stay frozen. So that means that something's gone wrong with Tri-County. Can y'all, okay, now y'all are moving. Well, y'all were moving. I'll just pray that we can finish this class. That's why I trust my house better than I do Tri-County. Okay, y'all are moving off and on. Am I moving off and on?
You're not.
You're moving fine on my screen.
Okay, now y'all are moving again. Okay, if it crosses the vertical line more than once, it is not a function. Write that down. Most of your hyperbolas, hyperbolas, most of your hyperbolas and circles are not functions. Write that down. Now, I've only got a few more minutes before y'all start convulsing and self-combusting. So I'm going to have to address. How many questions you send me, Miss Wilson?
I just sent the one.
Okay, let me look.
I didn't really need help answering it. I was basically just saying that, that the answer told me that it was wrong. And then the answer that it gave was the same answer that I had.
Juno!
Okay, somebody's got their mic on while Miss Wilson was talking. Please mute your mic. Okay, Miss Wilson, I hate to ask you again. Did you send me the questions, yes or no?
I did.
You did? Okay, let me look at them.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said. I didn't need help with the problem. It was that the My Labs thing told me that the answer was wrong, and then when I checked it, the correct.
That's fine. You send me questions whether you don't understand it or whether you got it wrong and the answer is correct. You send them to me no matter what. Okay? So let me look at it right quick. and pull it out. Let me move this out of the way. And 110. Okay, Mr. Healy sent some. Where's yours? Let me see if it went to junk mail. Yep, it did. I'm still working on getting it to go to the folders, okay? So let's look at yours is a review question, or right here. And here's the question that she had. Okay, express the following inequality in interval notation. So that would be negative infinity to 9. Negative infinity would be in parentheses, and 9 would be in brackets. So I don't think that's correct. It should be negative infinity. So I'm going to rewrite that if I can. Negative infinity, comma, 9. And does 9 get a bracket or does it get a parenthesis? It's a bracket. Okay, and let's check it. Express the following inequality in interval notation. Oh, I'm sorry. Greater than. I'm sorry. Then that's 9 to infinity. My bad. So that would be 9 to infinity. 9 comma infinity. I read it backwards. I'm sorry. And infinity gets a, there we go. Okay, so these numbers are greater than 9. So that means 9 to infinity. Is this a test question? Yes. I could give this on a test. Yes. Let's see what other questions y'all sent. I know I've got to 11, so those people that's going to self-combust, you can chill, okay? All right, let's see. Mr. Healy sent a few. Let's look at those. Here's a review question. This is review number 14. Okay, this is a factoring. This is a factoring. You got to know your shortcuts. There's 5 shortcuts. I better write them down because half of you don't know them. So I better go ahead and write down the shortcuts. And why do I say that half of y'all don't know them? Because I've been teaching for 25 years and y'all don't know them. So I'm going to go ahead and write them. Shortcut number 1. A plus B, quantity squared, is equal to A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. Shortcut number 2, A minus B, quantity squared, is equal to A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. Shortcut number 3, A squared minus B squared is equal to A plus B times A minus B. Shortcut number 4, A plus B, quantity cubed, is equal to A plus B times A squared minus AB plus B squared. And shortcut number 5, A minus B, quantity cubed, is equal to A minus B times A squared plus AB plus B squared. There's your 5 shortcuts. Which one is this one? Which one is this one that I just put on the question? It's number 4 or number 5. How do you know that? Because it's a cube. Now, half of you are going, oh, I remember those. I remember my teacher writing them and I ignored them. And the other half are going, oh yeah, I remember those. And I tried to do them and I'm a little bit rusty, but I think I can get it. Those are the 2 people in the classroom right now. 1, the teacher wrote them in high school and I ignored them. 2, Oh, I remember teacher wrote them down and I did pretty good at them, but I gotta brush up my memory on them. Now let's look at the question that was sent. I'm gonna come back to this, but let's look at the question that was sent. What is 27 and 125? Is that perfect cubes or perfect squares? Perfect cubes, Hubert. That's right, class. Y'all suck at communicating, class. You need to get better at it. 27 is a perfect cube, and 125 is a perfect cube, and that's a minus symbol. So which shortcut is it? It's number 4 or number 5? Which one is it?
4.
Thank you so much. I know that really hurt going against the creed of the class, okay? But thank you for communicating. I appreciate it. It's number 4. So your answer is, and if you remember doing this, it's real easy. The cube root of 27 is 3. So that's going to be 3x parentheses 3x minus 5 close parentheses, open parentheses, 9x shift up squared plus, let's see, 9 and 5 is what? 45x? 45x plus, what is 5 squared? 25? I think that's right. I did it in my head, so, but you use this right here. So that would be 3x and 5, and then 9x squared plus 9 times 5 is 45x plus 25.
I thought you said we were using the 4th one, not the 5th one.
I'm sorry, the 5th one. I'm sorry because of the minus right here, the minus. I apologize. I suck. The minus symbol right there. And people are blowing up my phone and my email for some reason. I don't know why they don't know I'm in class. And hit check answer. And call me back. All right, y'all need to check it. It should be, I think I got it right. What's the cube root of 27? 3. So that should be 3x. Yeah, 3x. The cube root of 125 is 5. 9x, that'd be 3x. Quantity squared is 9x squared. Here it is. 3 times 5 is 15. I think that's what I did wrong. Sorry. Now let's check it. There we go. I feel good about myself, so I don't have to make my truck look stupid. Shut up, Hubert. Shut up. Just keep going. Shut up. Anybody got a question on that one? I know you have a question, you just don't want to ask it. But anyway, I need to stop because some of y'all are going to explode. So I need to stop right quick and go to my handy dandy, shut down this. Now do y'all see how I do the questions? Do y'all see how I do it now? That's how